My high school sweetheart left me to have fun in college. Now she expects me to take her back. We had been together since we were juniors in high school. We were each other's first everything, and I thought that we were going to be together forever. But she went away to college, and midway through her freshman year she comes home and tells me before she leaves that while she loves me with all of her heart, and I am the one she wants to be with forever, and marry, that while she is in college, she does not want to be tied down and needed to be able to have her fun. She was telling me this as though she were explaining the directions to hooking up a computer. In other words, no emotion, just simply statements of facts, and my thoughts and feelings on the situation did not matter. She even went on to tell me that she wanted to make sure I knew she would always practice safe intimacy for our future together. Well, my reaction, I guess, was not what she planned. Needless to say, I'm not very proud of how I reacted at the time, but I became very emotional with her. Update 1. I begged her not to do this, and that under no circumstance would I ever consider this okay. She basically said I was being immature, and that once a couple of weeks passed, I would be able to talk to her rationally. Oh, and as a bonus, she wanted to get my assurance that I would practice safe sex as well for when we got back together. The 2 weeks went by and she called me and acted like no big deal. But as we started to end the call, she wanted to make sure that I was better about her sleeping with other guys. I used the present tense because as she then informed me in that 2 weeks, she'd already slept with 2 other guys. Again, not proud of this now, but I broke down when she told me this. She said she did not want to hurt me, so she wouldn't be telling me anymore about what she does. I told her that I had no desire to talk with her anymore, period. That I was willing to work on things before she slept with other people, but that was the end of it for me, and I told her I was done. She said once again that I was being immature, and that she would just wait on me to contact her when I was grown up enough to understand that there is a difference between sex and love. That was the last time I spoke to her until about 1 month ago when she moved back home and showed up at my house one night acting like we had been together and not apart for 3 years. She did not expect nor appreciate my reaction to her showing up. I opened the door, and there she was with a big smile on her face. She immediately asked to come in, and I said I would come outside, which obviously caught her off guard. I asked what she wanted, and she said, and I quote, "Well, that's a hell of a way to greet someone you love." To which I told her that she was delusional, and that whatever love I had for her died the day she told me she had already started having sex with other men. She honestly had a very confused look on her face and then said, and I quote again, "Are you still uptight about all of that?" And then said, "I would have thought by now you would have grown up about that." I told her that not only was I not over it, that I would never be over it other than to be over us. At which time she proceeds to say to me, "You mean to tell me you are throwing away everything that we are together because of some stupid physical issue? I know we love each other and are meant to be together, so how do we fix this?" I was just dumbstruck. How in the hell can one person be this stupid? I asked her what I was throwing away. We have not spoken in almost 3 years other than via text, and even then it was her texting me and not me replying. She left very disappointed, and that should have been the end of it. But here is the kick in the butt. I have now been inundated by friends, her family, and hell, even some of my family wanting to know why I was throwing away someone so special. I ended up telling my family members the truth, and after they heard about it, they quickly recanted and told me to tell her to F off. But to her family, I just said she dumped me years ago, and we hadn't been together for almost 3 years. This came as a shock to them, as she had been telling them all along that we were still a couple, and even when she was home on breaks would tell them we planned on marrying. At first they didn't believe me that we hadn't seen each other in years, and I'm still not sure they do. But the friends are the ones that piss me off the most. They know the truth, and yet they think I am being weird about all of this. They said when you are young you are supposed to play the field, but if you love someone you know that in the end, you will be together. I don't have enough time to write out all of the words I said to them, but I can assure you it was laced with lots of curse words. I am now down a few friends, but in my opinion they weren't friends really anyway. Here is why I'm here. I feel good and confident about my decision. However, because I have had so many people question me, I am here to ask anonymous strangers this. Am I wrong? Should I have just accepted that she was going to play around, and now that she is older she wants to settle down and start a family? Am I just so out of touch that I want to be with a person